Coming up, an unidentified body is discovered near Moody Air Force Base.
And a baby is recovering from a cold chill. Your News Valdosta starts now.
Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Stacy Bush.
And I'm Shelby Mitchell. An autopsy is scheduled for today after an unidentified body was discovered near Moody Air Force Base yesterday around 10 a.m. Lowndes County Lieutenant Stride Jones described the corpse as a white male in his late 20s. The body was found in a wooded area by a friend of the victim. Lowndes County Sheriff deputies are leading an investigation, and so far the victim's identity and cause of death have not been determined.
Dwayne Street of Albany is behind bars today for allegedly starting at least 5 fires around his girlfriend's home. When the police and fire department investigated how the fires were started around Kimberly Jung's home, they believe Street had used lighters to start the fires. After starting the fire, Street then texted Jung's son telling him the house was on fire. Authorities say Street was influenced by drugs and was not in his right state of mind while allegedly committing the crimes.
An Arizona woman locked up in a Mexican prison for drug smuggling will be back in court today. A judge is expected to hear the case against the 41-year-old mother of 7 and decide whether she'll go free or remain behind bars. CNN's Andrew Spencer reports.
Well, I got to see my wife today for about 15 minutes, and we just say we love each other, and we're hoping for the best outcome.
The husband of Yanira Maldonado says he's more hopeful than ever his wife will soon go free. Mexican authorities took the 41-year-old mother of 7 into custody a week ago. While making their way home after attending a family funeral, the bus they were on was stopped at a military checkpoint. Officials initially said they found 12 pounds of marijuana under her husband's seat, but then freed him, saying the pot was actually under his wife's seat, arresting her. Since then, the family has worked feverishly for her freedom.
As the United States, I believe that they would already let her go. It's that strong a case.
Family members have only been allowed brief visits at the woman's prison in Nogales, Mexico, but have shared with her about the outpouring of support.
And I told her about all the support on the outside, and she had a big smile on her face.
In fact, witnesses from the bus testified Tuesday on Maldonado's behalf that she did not bring the drugs on board.
We think she was framed. I mean, she went over to an aunt's funeral. She's a good person. She's a church lady, and this is just unfair.
The judge is expected to hand down a decision on whether to free the Arizona mom by Friday evening. Loved ones are hoping for an immediate release and an end to this nightmare. I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
A Washington man has been accused of putting his 6-week-old daughter in a freezer. Bail was set at $1 million yesterday for Tyler James Deutsch, who says he put the infant in the freezer to keep her from crying, and pled not guilty to child assault. Medical staff, however, say the child suffered a broken arm, leg, and body temperature of only 89 degrees. If Deutsch makes bail, he will be barred from the mother and the child.
Coming up, texting and driving takes a detour in the Sunshine State.
And Chris Jones has our look at our local forecast. Stay with us.
My dad's one of the producers. Bring this week.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. According to the United Nations World Health Organization, a SARS-like virus currently known as novel coronavirus has killed 22 people worldwide and shows no sign of cure or cause of infection.
The virus is similar to a cold due to symptoms such as fevers and coughing from attacks within the lungs. The attacks become more severe when the virus eventually causes pneumonia and kidney failure. Most of the infected reside within the Middle East. However, the virus has already made an appearance in Europe. Reports show that patients sharing rooms have led to contraction even with the healthcare workers. The U.S. is currently not reporting any cases.
VSU officials say that people who use credit cards to purchase tickets for athletics, theater, dance, and music may have had their credit card number and other personal information stolen. Vendini, the company that has handled many of VSU's electronic transactions, stated that any purchases made from 2009 to April 25th of this year may have been subject to identity theft. The VSU Athletic Department stopped using Vendini in May 2012. Theater, dance, and orchestra still use the system. Vendini urges patrons to closely monitor their credit card statements and report any unauthorized purchases.
The state of Florida is finally banning texting while driving just in time for summer break. Traditionally, summer is the most frequent time for vehicular fatalities involving teenagers. Governor Rick Scott signed it into law yesterday. Florida is the 40th state to pass a law against texting and driving.
During the busy travel summer season, the need for blood skyrockets across our area. News Valdosta's Pierce Mack checks in on a blood drive recently sponsored by the Southeastern Community Blood Center.
On May 28th, Southeastern Community Blood Center held a blood drive in Walmart's parking lot. SCBC is a nonprofit organization headquartered in Tallahassee, Florida. With the help of volunteer blood donors, their organization provides blood to patients in over 25 counties in the South Georgia and North Florida region. On this particular day, donors got an extra incentive by being awarded a $10 Walmart gift card. Although you cannot put a price on saving lives, Southeastern loves to do all they can to provide care for others.
I feel that when you give blood, you helping save lives. I mean, a lot of people need blood. Like there's families and charities that really need lives saved. So I just wanted to help come out, benefit someone else's life other than my own. So.
Southeastern Community Blood Center provides blood for patients in 25 counties in South Georgia and North Florida, including cities like Tallahassee, Mariana, Panama City, Thomasville, Georgia, and Douglas, Georgia. With News Valdosta, I'm Pierce Mack.
As we finish the month of May, we're already consistently seeing temperatures at 90 degrees.
Chris Jones joins us with a forecast from the Weather Center. Chris?
Thanks, Shelby. Taking a look at your local weather, we don't have a bad night on deck for tonight. Just notice we do have a low temperature around 68 degrees tonight, so it's certainly, going to be a warm one. Going to be partly cloudy skies, so not too bad. Notice it will be breezy temperatures, winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Taking a look at tomorrow, another hot day, temperatures in the low 90s, 92 degrees the high for tomorrow. Notice it will be partly cloudy skies, shouldn't be any chance of rain, so it should be a great day. We do expect those breezes to continue. Also, the UV index tomorrow will be at a 10, so it's going to be pretty hot out there. So, make sure you cover up, use sunscreen, and, drink lots of water and limit time outdoors. The pollen index, again, for tomorrow is at a medium. The pollen, the predominant makers of pollen will be hickory, grasses, and walnut, and especially look out for those grasses. And that is all for your weather, and back to Shelby and Stacy at the news desk.
Thanks, Chris. Coming up, highlights from the NBA playoffs.
Pierce Mack will have all of our sports when we come back. Stay with us.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen. petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
When every moment matters and a hand reaches out, when someone gives blood and a life is saved, that moment when heartbreak turns to hope, you're there through the American Red Cross. Every day, the Red Cross responds to nearly 200 neighborhood emergencies, and your support makes it possible. Use this moment to join us today. Visit redcross.org.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. A busy night in sports as there's action in the NBA and with the Atlanta Braves.
Pierce Mack is standing by with an update of all the action from last night. Pierce?
Thanks, Stacy. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Indiana Pacers looking to even the series score. We pick it up here in the third quarter. Indiana pushing the ball in a fast break. George Hill goes in for the layup, but in comes LeBron James with a huge rejection. Third quarter winding down. Lance Stevenson with the buzzer beater, sending the crowd wild. 2 minutes left in the fourth. Roy Hibbert misses the hook shot, but gets his own rebound and a putback to bring the Pacers within 5 with under a minute left. LeBron James makes contact with Stevenson and is called for his 6th and final foul. With LeBron out, the Pacers would go on to win the game 96-92. The series is tied at 2. On the baseball, the Braves hope to bounce back from Monday's loss to the Blue Jays. Top of the 5th, Jason Hayward pops up in foul territory, and J.P. Arancibia makes the great catch while falling into his own dugout. Top of the 6th, Evan Gattis lines one to left for the solo home run. Next batter, Brian McCann belts one to the right for the solo home run. Bottom of the 7th, runner on third, Arancibia lines one in the gap in the left center for the double, scoring Jose Bautista. Top of the 10th, McCann drives one deep again, this time to right center for the solo home run. The Braves would win this one with the final score of 7-6. In hockey news, the San Jose Sharks and the Los Angeles Kings battled it out in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. At stake was a trip to the Stanley Cup Finals. After a bruising game, the defending champion LA Kings pulled out a 2-1 victory. They now await the winner of the Eastern Conference Finals. That series is between the Detroit Red Wings and the Chicago Blackhawks. NFL owners have approved a $200 million loan for the construction of the Atlanta Stadium the stadium in Atlanta, which is a new stadium, and this multi-purpose stadium could run with a high price tag of $1 billion. Falcons owner Arthur Blank says the construction will take place over the next 4 years. The current Georgia Dome will be demolished upon the opening of the new building, and the Falcons are expected to open the 2017 season in the new stadium. And that's a look at sports for today. Back to Stacy and Shelby at the news desk.
Thanks, Pierce. Coming up, Second Harvest makes a big donation to local teachers.
And a National Spelling Bee makes a big change. Stay with us.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities, to ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child. Give. Advocate. Volunteer. Live United. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. Second Harvest Food Bank of South Georgia granted several wishes to Brooks County teachers yesterday afternoon.
As they finished their end-of-the-year faculty meeting, teachers cheered as they saw piles of brand new school supplies and classroom furniture waiting for them. Second Harvest of South Georgia began the Teachers Harvest program in 2009 to provide teachers in Title I schools with supplies they need to begin a new school year. The supplies and furniture were donated from local businesses and people in the community. Second Harvest in Valdosta has a teacher supply room available during the school year for teachers who need basic supplies.
Georgia plans to take the lead in offering online education resources for teachers, students, and parents. This month, over 100 digital courses and 20,000 online teaching resources were launched by Georgia. One of the features included in this online service will be that teachers can swap teaching materials with other teachers, even if they are in different states. The Department of Education is now training teachers on how to integrate these online resources into a blended model of education.
There's a new twist to the National Spelling Bee kicking off today in Maryland. The 281 contestants will not only need to know how to spell a word, but they now must also know what the word means. It's the first time in the 86 years of the competition that there will be a vocabulary component. A word's definition will count for 50% of a speller's overall score. It will also determine who moves on to the semifinal and championship rounds. Spelling Bee organizers hope the change will help students increase their vocabulary. ESPN will air early rounds today with the finals scheduled for tomorrow night.
Bringing the dead to life has never been more fun than it has been for VSU's own graduate student, Mark McLeod. News Valdosta's Isaiah Fafana has the story.
Local residents and students gathered at Ashley Street Station to witness VSU graduate student Mark McLeod's award-winning short film, Tales of the Dead.
Basically, I've done a lot of student films, some for class, some outside of class, and I've had a lot of the same core people help me, both behind the camera technically and acting. And one thing that we realized that we had not done was had anything for our resume where we had been judged and juried. And we wanted to put something together substantial to submit to a film festival. We got the idea for Tales of the Dead, or I got most of it rather, from George Romero's old Night of the Living Dead, the original, the classic, the grandfather. We wanted to do something along the lines of the Grindhouse B-movie, drive-in type movie. Have it a little cheesy, a little over the top, but by the same token have it a little eerie and creepy as well. And we thought that the perfect forum for that would be to submit it to the DragonCon Film Festival. We'll be notified around mid-June. I've already uploaded it, submitted it, put the application fee in. We're right now waiting to hear back. Here at Ashley Street Station, Brian has been generous to host us tonight, to give us a wider audience. We're really grateful for the opportunity.
The film's cast included many members of Valdosta State's mass media department, including faculty and students.
I've worked with Mark on probably 3 or 4 projects now. Usually I do his voiceover work, being that my background is more radio and then acting. But in this particular scene, he wanted me to play this character he thought would work. So I did. It was a lot of fun. I like working with Mark. It was a very, very good experience, and the zombie cast was great. In between takes, we were just joking around, and they were like pretending to eat me off set and stuff. So it was really funny. Just a lot of goofing around.
It was a very successful showing for Mark McLeod in Tales of the Dead at Ashley Street Station. We wish him the best of luck going forth with DragonCon. With News Valdosta, I'm Isaiah Fofana.
Australia has been named the happiest industrialized nation for the 3rd year in a row by the OECD Better Life Index. The OECD creates the list using 11 criteria including education, health, income, community, and housing. Australia's top spot has been attributed to the nation's exports to Asia and China. Sweden came in 2nd place, followed by Canada in 3rd. The U.S. placed 6th overall.
Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Stacy Bush.
And I'm Shelby Mitchell. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.